All right. Okie dokie. So, just gonna adjust the camera view here a bit. What's going on, guys? Let's see. I don't know if anybody's here yet, but just wanted to do a Patreon pairing update. I'm looking down just so you guys know. I have my tablet in here, that way I can see what you guys are saying because I'm using my phone as the camera. Um, so, our Patreon pairings, the way these have always worked, we've done this now this third year in a row. Um, Starting in October, if you're a member of our Patreon on the juvenile tier or above, so it starts out $10 a month there, you are in the running for winning a free animal. Now, our Patreon pairings in the past, every year I feel they've gotten better and better. This year, the possibility was really, really nice. And we always, Jamie and I always offer two pairings up. I pick a pairing, she picks a pairing, and then we allow our Patreon to decide which pairing they would like to use for the Patreon pairing. Typically, the other person's the one who lost would be the backup pairing in case something happens. Whether it's reabsorbs or heaven forbid, there's egg bound, whatever the case may be. Um, so we're getting in July now, and neither animal has laid or ovulated. So it's time for us to get the ultrasound out and see where we're at. Because for my assumption, what I could tell here, it looks like the one that I had picked is not going to go. The one Jamie picked, which is what the Patreon group wanted, we're going to find out today. I don't know if she's going to go or not. Some days I think she looks like she's growing well and everything's going well, and then other days I don't think she is. So, what Jamie and I have done, we've sat down, we've looked at the males, we looked at who they've paired with this year. If by some chance neither one of the animals, neither one of the females that we had for Patreon pairing or the backup Patreon pairing are going to go, we're going to offer up another option. So we always make sure we have different options because anything happen in breeding season. Both these girls were first time girls. They're both actually like 2 or 3 years old, but they're both first time girls. So we always make sure we have a backup, and we never substitute quality for that backup. So we look at the current market value of what potential we could have made, and we offer something very similar in financial equality. So I have a couple options for backups. If neither one of these girls are going to go, I will talk to those who are in the running this year, and I'll give them the option of the two backups we have, the other backups we have, and allow them to pick. And as always, the majority vote will be the winner. Now, the good part is the two backups we picked, they're both due to lay here within, one I think is due to lay on the 16th, and the other one is due to lay on the 29th of this month. So, both amazing pairings. One's from the one sire, one's from the other sire. So a lot of options there. But coming full circle on this, we're going to get the ultrasound on. We're going to check these girls out. But what I did want to start with today was what's going on, man? What I did want to start out with is if you are interested in getting in the running for a Patreon pairing animal, starts in October. Again, so this October, we got a handful of months. You have to join our Patreon. The link should be down in the description. By the time this video is over, I'll add it. Otherwise, it's on the description of any of our other videos. It's patreon.com/JDH Reptiles. So as of October 1st, you have to be a joined member in that juvenile tier or above. You have to stay as a juvenile or above. You can go down, but you can't go lower than a juvenile. So you got to stay in a juvenile tier or above. You have to stay in there until the eggs are laid, until they go through incubation, until we cut the egg open and pick the winner. So, could be 6 months, could be 8 months. Really just depends on the girls and when they're going to go. We don't know. We set this up for October. We start ultrasounding in October, and we start pairing when they're ready. What's going on, Mike? Animal House, what's up? So, sorry, my eyes are a little itchy this morning. Without any further ado, excuse me, I'm going to grab both the girls. We're going to turn on the ultrasound machine here, and we're going to start ultrasounding, and we're going to see where these girls are at. Because if they're not looking like they're going to go, we need to start looking at potential backups. Looks like my battery's dead, so I wasn't prepared for this. Let me plug this in. I do have a plug. And I will get this plugged in. Alright, I'm back. That's all plugged in now. Alright, so I'm going to adjust the camera, and we're going to turn it just so you guys can see the screen here on the ultrasound. And I'm going to do the best I can for you guys to see where we're at. All right. All right, so we're going to start there, see if we can get this done from there. I'll zoom in, or I'll move the camera when I freeze frame. Okay, so we'll start with the backup pairing. The backup pairing was going to be a male coral glow leopard, possible pastel coral glow leopard, 66% het clown. It was one we hatched here. The clutch did produce clowns, so I know that it's definitely it was a head-to-head pairing, so I know it's definitely 66% pas het. And that one was being paired with where's she here? It's an Enchi Mimosa. So Enchi Champagne Hypo. And I'm just looking for her. She got moved around in the shuffle here. And we'll pull her up and we'll check her out. Right here, okay. I'll just pull the whole tub out. And we will go ahead. As you can see, she doesn't look like she's got any follicles in her, but we will actually get down to the bottom and see for sure. It's got here to stay. And no, we've got no follicles here. None whatsoever. I can get her to just stretch out and get a nice picture. But you can see how deflated she is. Or maybe you can see how deflated she is. I'm trying to make sure you guys are looking. But I can't control the camera and the animal. But yeah, there's nothing in there at all. So she is not going to go. Plain and simple. Not going to go. That was the backup pairing. So in the end, it's not the end of the world. She's not going to go. We can live with that. Thanks, Mike. She is a pretty girl. She's like 3 years old and never laid a clutch for us yet. So, is she? Let's see. Yeah, she's sorry, I tell you what. She's 2.5 years old. So 2.5 years old. All right, now we're going to go to the Patreon pairing this year, which was, the male was a Coral Glow G-Stripe, Visual G-Stripe, and the female is a Super Pastel Bamboo Blackhead. Now this is really good. She just shed. I actually need to change her tub really quick because she, obviously when she's shed, she also urinated and went to the bathroom. So give me a second and I will. There she is. Need a moment to clean up her tub. So I don't want her in a filthy tub, obviously. But yeah, that's the girl right there. If you could see her, looks like you can. So we did not produce this girl. We bought her. She was about 300 grams when we bought her. Story on her. So we bought her the 7th of April in 19. So she's 2 years old. 2 years old. All right. So I'm going to grab the girl here. And again, she doesn't have that swell to her. So my assumption is, we'll see. I don't have an assumption. I want her to go. Not only for the Patreon pairing, but for us in general. Ooh, must have hit my button. All right, so let's see. There's the gallbladder. So this is where the eggs should be. It's always tough doing this when I don't want to stay. Come on. A little more gel. So typically I leave the girl in the tub, in the rack. It makes it so much easier. But obviously I want you guys to see everything here. Okay, there's the gallbladder, and right here's where the follicles or the eggs should be. There might be one. Nope, right here's where they should be. As you see, there's nothing in there. It's unfortunate, but yeah, I don't think she hasn't got anything. So that's unfortunate. Not only for our patrons, but for us. Because that was a pairing we've been waiting for since we picked her up. So, now the question is, where do we go from here? Yeah, we all need 3 hands, that's for sure. All right, so here's what we're wanting to do. We're going to keep the pairings from the same two males. Or keep the same two males. And we'll pick pairings that benefit from there. And we're going to allow the group to pick. They'll pick individually. And of course, the majority rules. So I'm going to turn this off. We'll roll this card over here because this still needs a charge. And I'm just going to push it off to the side. So, don't mind me. Don't mind my ugly bare feet. Sorry about that, but it's summertime in the city. And I'm in a hot snake room, so. All right. Top. I've got my little tablet over here so I can see your guys' questions and whatnot. I'll perch that up right here. I can hopefully keep seeing you guys. Okay, so where do we go from here? Well, we obviously need to have a Patreon pairing. On top of that, it needs to not only be something that everybody is interested in, but it also needs to be something, in my opinion, that can potentially produce a very similar financial outcome. So we've looked at Morph Market this morning, and typical bamboo blackheads, we'll say, starting right around $600. Let's see, your pastel bamboos start around 500. Banana pastel bamboo currently up at 600. So really, we need to have something where if we even hit like a 2 gene, 3 gene animal, it could potentially be right around that $500-$600 range. Now, obviously, because everything here, there's no, well, the one I guess is a super, so it could produce just a pastel, but nothing. It's possible that either one of these really could have a normal or a pastel. So we still are going to offer something similar to where you could get anything from basically a normal or a pastel up to a, could be potentially $1,000 animal, $2,000 animal, whatever it's going for. Lou Balls, what's going on, man? What did you miss? You missed both the Patreon pairings are not going to go this year. So we have backups, and that's what we're talking about right now. So both the girls that we're going to offer have already ovulated, and they're both due to lay this month. One of them is due to lay on the 16th. The other one's due to lay on the 29th. So we're going to have one egg. We're going to have, I guess this is where we always have two. Because if one slugs out, the other one will be the backup again. Because, we can't, it's all hypothetical. This is going to work out. We can't pick and choose and guarantee anything. So we don't guarantee anything. All I guarantee is you're going to have something to choose from. That's for sure. And it's going to be financially in that same bracket. Now, again, I bring up financials because, let's be honest, this is a financial game as well. So, I don't want to say to somebody, well, you have the potential to get a $500 animal. Well, she's not going to go, now you only have the potential of getting like a $200 animal. That's not fair. So it's always got to be in that financial bracket as well, because that's where this hobby, our love for the hobby, let's be honest, there's also a financial side of the hobby. And we need to take these animals, a lot of us are breeders, we take these animals and we build them into projects. Well, yes, there is a potential to get a normal or a pastel, but there's also a potential to get like a $1,000 animal. I still want you to have that potential, because that's what we do here. We try and make sure we can help others as well. So, I'm rambling. Anyways, get back over here. My snake room is in my basement. I have a video up where I built these walls and built this room. I did that during December of, was it last year or 2 years now? I don't even remember. I think it was 2 years ago. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. So December of 19, I think is, I don't remember. There's videos on YouTube, on this channel. So anyways, so I'm going to show you what the the potentials are for our replacements. Using the Coral Glow Leopard, possible pastel Pos Het Clown. Let me show him to you. So this is the male that was in the Patreon pairing that was not chosen, but still a beautiful male. I don't know if he's pastel or not. Coral Glow and Leopard together make a pretty bright snake as it is. I'm assuming he's not, because I would think there'd be a little bit like some bright spots and whatnot, but it's hard to say. He's also 66% Pos Het for clown. When he came out, I thought he was a clown, but yeah, it doesn't look like a clown. The head's pretty close, but he's not a clown. The pairing did create clowns, so that's cool. Matter of fact, not only did the pairing create clowns, I kept a female from that clutch, which is this girl here. And she is a pastel leopard clown. So they're clutch mates. So this goes to show that the clown is definitely there. Obviously the Pos Het, because it was a head-to-head pairing, but it was a proven clutch. And then the other male that we had was this Coral Glow G-Stripe. So Coral Glow and G-Stripe, that's it. Coral Glow, Visual G-Stripe. So, pretty cool animal. Big boy. Did a lot of work this year for us. And the females. So, I'm not going to move them because they're currently waiting to lay eggs. But I will grab the camera and I'll bring you guys over. All right, so the first one, the Coral Glow Leopard, possible pastel, Pos Het Clown, went to this girl here. So she is a pastel Enchi. And yes, the tub is dirty, but when they're in egg laying mode, I do not touch the tubs until they lay. So, pastel Enchi female to a Coral Glow Leopard, possible pastel Het Clown. Alright, so there's that one. Or the Genetic Stripe Coral Glow. So Coral Glow Visual Genetic Stripe went to this girl, which is a Banana Lesser Calico. Now this is not our calico line, but she is really pretty. She's a first-time girl. The other one is a second or third-time girl. No, she's third or fourth. The pastel Enchi came from Always Evolving Pythons, and she has laid for us 3 years in a row. So this girl we got as a baby at, like, I don't know, maybe 80 grams. This will be her first year. So, to the patrons, let me lock this in. To those who are currently in our Patreon group, who are currently eligible for this pairing, you guys get to pick what genes sound better to you. Now, I don't know if there's any, Het Clown in this, or shouldn't be any Het G-Stripe. I don't expect them to be any hets. I never bought them with hets. Both the people I got them from, though, were producing. Matter of fact, I'll tell you this. This Banana Lesser Calico, or Coral Glow Lesser Calico, came from a person who sold me the Coral Glow G-Stripe. It's quite possible that I don't know it, and they came from the same lineage. If that's the case, she could be possible to have her G-Stripe, but I doubt it. There's no reason he wouldn't tell me that if that was the case. Always Evolving Pythons, pastel Enchi. I'm sure he knows that there's no hets, but you know as well as I know he's always making hets. Anything's possible there, and he works clown really heavy. But again, I'm just throwing that out there because it's kind of fun. We found hypo last year in a pairing we didn't know either were het for hypo. So anything's possible. So that's gonna be it. Let's see. I have 15 current patrons. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 15 current patrons who are eligible for this year. I will be posting in our Patreon chat those who are eligible, and I will be contacting you individually to ask which pairing you are interested in most. Out of that, we are going to pick the one that'll be the pairing, and then we'll pick the one that'll be the backup pairing. Both really have potential. We looked them up today on Morph Market. Like Super Bananas, if that's what you go with, start around $750. Go up from there with depending on genes or sex. As far as with the Pastology Coral Glow, that stuff, it all starts at like $550 and $600. So we wanted to take the potential. Sorry, my dogs are barking. Someone must be in our yard. Wanted to take the potential here to still give you in that $600+ range animal, with the potential of something even better depending what the genes prove out or what genes you get in the egg. And then the way we do this, for those of you who don't know, let me look here, make sure no one's posted anything. All right, what's going on, Lou? The way we do this is once we figure out who's going to do what, we take a picture of the eggs once they're laid. We'll mark them 1 through however many eggs there are, 4, 18, 11, whatever there is. We take that picture, we post it up to the Patreon group, and we allow those who are part of the pairing for this season to pick the egg. And again, not everybody gets to pick their own egg. It's going to be a mass vote, and the winner is the one that has the most votes. Now we mark that egg with a P on it for Patreon, and at that point in time, when that egg is ready to be cut, day 55 or later, we cut it, we look inside, we say, this is what it looks like, and we take that egg and we separate it from all the others and allow it to finish in the incubator on its own. We keep it separate on its own. That animal is going to go to the winner of the drawing, no matter what it is, whether it be a normal, whether it be a Super Banana Head G-Stripe, Calico Lesser, or a Pastel, Coral Glow, Leopard, NG, Super Pastel, whatever, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. That's the animal you get. Shipping is covered. Everything's covered. So I wanted to go live. We're getting late in the year. I wanted to check up on these girls, and this is unfortunately what could happen, but we always have backups. The one other one that we had discussed, you know what, I'm not even going to, it's financially, it's not the same. We have a leopard spider female who was paired to that Coral Glow, possible pastel leopard, Posset clown. She's already laid, her eggs are in the incubator. Thing is, I don't know if a lot of people like spider or not. Super leopard would be kind of cool if that's what we hatch, but I don't know if we'd be able to tell that or not. So that was going to be another option. But financially, unless you were getting it specifically for the genes you wanted, I don't think it rates as well. They're $400. If you could tell you got a super leopard, or it's crazy, it looks like a super leopard, Coral Glow spider, or something like that, then maybe there's some financial, gain there. But it was one we talked about and we kind of kicked to the curb because we didn't feel it was worthy of a backup of either one of these two girls. But, those on our Patreon, if that's something they're interested in, we can discuss that as well. Let's see. Let's save you some time and send it to me directly. I'm sure your Patrons will be able to get it. Mike, you have potential for next season. So, you just stay with us through Patreon. We're going to pick another pairing here come September, and we'll go from there. So far, every year, our Patreon pairings have went, whether it be the one that was picked or the backup. We've always had them go. This is the first year where both have not gone. And that's the one problem with dealing with first-time females. But a lot of these first-time females, girls that were growing up, they're obviously far superior than the ones we started with. Whether it's the quality is better, it's something we produced and now they're starting to go. It's as everything goes. You buy in, and then you over time you make better quality animals. You replace the ones that are subpar to your opinion. And its thing is that we didn't really want to offer something that we felt was subpar from what we want to be known for. We're trying to eventually become like a boutique breeder, have higher quality animals, a lot of really clean looking, great color, etc. And that's why we went with these younger females, because we felt they were really good representations of what we want to be known for. And the ones who we got for backups are really good. Don't get me wrong, they're really good. But when it came genetically, these were superior. So this year coming up, we're gonna pick a couple again. I don't know if they'll be first time females or if they'll be, something from our second or third time year. I don't know. We haven't even begun to discuss it, so I have no idea. But regardless, know that what it's going to be will be options for something very, very good. We're not going to put out, crappy stuff. It's not the way it works here. So I think I've talked enough today. We've gone live. We've done a little bit. If you got any questions, go ahead and leave them down below. I'll stay live for a couple minutes. Otherwise, I'm going to start picking up here. I need to do a little bit of cleaning. I do have the day off because of the holiday, but I need to do a little bit of cleaning here. I need to clean the floors. I need to go through all the tubs. I go through every tub every day. So I need to clean the tubs that are dirty. And then I want to enjoy the rest of my day off. So that's where we're at, guys. For those of you on Patreon who are seeing this, sorry, I guess. I wish I could control it, but I can't. Hopefully the backups are just as good for you or better. Maybe it's something you like instead. That'd be great. Those of you who are interested in being in our Patreon, again, link I'll have down below after this post. Otherwise, all of our videos have the links on it. It's patreon.com/JDH Reptiles. Starting October 1st, you have to be a juvenile tier or above and stay there until we cut the eggs and do the drawing. But depending what it's going to be, it could be every year the potential has been for 600 plus in value. This year, I guess if that Bambuta went, who knows? Sky's the limit. If it could have been, blackhead, pastel, bamboo, coral glow, leopard. Who knows? Or not when my coral glow, het G stripe. It could have been crazy. But yeah, guys, that's it. I'm gonna close this up. Call it a day. Find us on Facebook or Instagram. I answer all messages. I answer, all the Instagram messages, all the Facebook messages, everything here on YouTube. Look at our Morph Market page. We do have some animals available. I'll quickly show you a couple. Let's see here. Some of our lesser priced animals. We'll start there. Little pastel spot nose. Little pastel spot nose male. Really cool animal. Or you could go up to a leopard spot nose male. Sleeves are in that, I think, $300 range. Not really expensive, $400 maybe for this one. A lot of potential. Throw that in the clown. Let's see, do I got anything else over here? Yeah, I do. I can't believe these are still here. I really can't. We have two Mojave Gold Blush Scaleless heads. These boys are getting big. These guys about 150, 170 grams already. Power eaters, beautiful. That Gold Blush makes that yellow just pop. This one is high reduction in the scaleless head. The other one is low reduction. So even if you're not going for scaleless, the scaleless head gene brightens and cleans. So by all means, don't think you have to be in scaleless animals to work with scaleless head. This one's in shed, but even in shed, you just look how nice it looks. So both those are available. Excuse me. And we'll move over here real quick. Mike, enjoy your day. Thank you very much. Let's see, this one here. It's a pastel yellow belly, het red axanthic, 100% het for Desert Ghost. Now we're getting into the pricier stuff. This is a male. Let's see, not all these are available. This one here, het red axanthic, yellow belly, 100% het for Desert Ghost. Really cool animal. This one is beautiful. I love the way the yellow belly interacts with the het red. On the sides, it's all blown out and everything. Beautiful animal. This one's about to go in the shed. Let's see what we got here. This one is just a het red axanthic, 100% het for Desert Ghost. So, a little single gene, but it is an awesome one to add to your DG projects. That one's a male. We got a lot of males, guys. Sorry, I'm not showing you the females. We got a lot of males this year. Seem to have that problem a lot over here. I don't know why. Let's see. I did sell that female already. And our last one that's currently available. This is our special pair that we're doing a special deal on. This is a pastel lesser male and a pastel lesser female, and both are 66% possible het for sunset. So this is the male. So pastel lesser male, 66% pos het for sunset. And this will be the female. Also pastel lesser, 66% pos het for sunset. We're doing $350 shipped on this pair, guys. Plain and simple. No deals, no nothing. I mean, that is a deal. We're not doing any price breaks. And no, there's no payment plans on that. You get the pair, you get both the male and the female. Pastel lesser pos het sunset pair, $350 to your door. So great deal, great potential. You know, if they prove out, holy shit, you hit the big time for $350. And if they don't prove out, they're still worth that in value, no problem. I mean, you're talking, you take the shipping off it, you're less than $150 a piece for each animal. So definitely worth it there. Just contact me if you want them. That's the only one left. All the others are all spoken for. I sold a pair. We did a drawing on a pair, and this pair is the only one that's left. Again, there's not going to be any payment plans. I take Venmo, Google Pay, also take a Square. I can send you a Square invoice to pay. But that's at $350 shipped to your door. Actually, I should say to the hub for the pair, for both animals. But that's it, guys. We're going to call it a day. I'll talk to you later. You guys have a fantastic day. Any questions anytime, give me a shout. Hit me up Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube. Find us on Patreon. Yeah, I'm all over. Email, jdhreptiles@gmail.com. Morph Market page, look at that. All these that I showed you are on our Morph Market. We do payment plans, minus these. We do payment plans on anything. Just give me a shout. We'll talk to you later. If you have more questions about Patreon, make sure to send me a message. I'll answer anything and everything I can. Until next time, guys, take care and have a fantastic rest of your day.